Throwing ass on the gram, getting laughs at the stand. Only she can, only Feehans. It's only Feehans.
I feel like I have a poop working. I've already pooped 3 times today. Keep that cold open. Hey, can you see me? Are we good? Are we live? Are we doing it? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of OnlyFeehans with me, Kerryn Elizabeth Feehan, your host. And my co-host, you hear her foot paws coming over right now? Nope, she went straight to Nicole. What a bitch. I feed you. Get up here. It's time for the show. No? Okay. You have your bone? You know, that was Mabel Feehan. Luckily, we had a wonderful fan make us this awesome mug. Don't worry, I'm sure Nicole will have close-ups of this. But this guy, Glenn, who is a friend of our friend Czarface, you know, from our hip-hop episode. Because, you know, your girl knows everything about hip-hop. He DM'd me a picture of this mug, and he was like, this guy sent me this mug, and I don't know what to do with it because I'm married with kids, and it's just your fucking ass. And that's my ass at the very beginning of the pandemic. So like 2021 or whatever, 2021 was a pandemic. And I gotta be honest, ass is fatter now, more defined, much more muscular, and like so am I. This is a more recent. So it's like plumper here. And yeah, Mabel everywhere. And then wait, isn't my face on Mabel? Yeah. My face is on Mabel. Glenn wrote us a note. Took him a long time to write it, so we might as well read it on air. Hey, Kerryn, it's Glenn. Seamus from Czarface's friend. It already doesn't make any sense. I'm glad you're a good sport about the mug I made you. Feel free to reach out if you want more. I do, Seamus. I want 12 more mugs. I only want coffee mugs with my ass and Mabel's head. That's all I want. I sent a DM to you, but I'm sure it's lost in the request. Dead on. I put in a hat I made as well. It might resonate with you. It didn't. It didn't resonate with me because it said anxiety on it, and I don't have anxiety. I actually don't believe in it. I'm such a cunt. I don't think there's anything that 30 jumping jacks can't fix if you're feeling anxious. I also think it's important to feel anxious. If you're anxious about something, it means it's probably new to you. It's probably uncomfortable for you. And once you overcome whatever it is that's making you feel anxious, you're going to feel proud of yourself. You're going to feel better. That anxiety is going to go away. So I don't know. Shout out to my girl, Abigail Schreier. Read her books. She was a guest on Rogan. She has this philosophy that just constantly ruminating over your problems in therapy is actually a symptom of depression. And you should all just go outside. I was laying out on my terrace when it was cloudy as fuck the other day because I checked the UV index and it was high. It was at a 7, in between a 7 and an 8. And I got a little color. So you're fucking stupid. People think I'm fucking stupid. Like, when she's out there, it's cloudy. You're not gonna get it's cloudy. The sun is still up there, stupids, idiots. I'm in a mood. My only vice is caffeine. As you guys know, I have quit smoking marijuana. I think we're over a month now. I quit like March 25th. So we're coming up on like 2 months probably. So good for me. It's obviously just affecting me in a positive way, and I'm just balls of sunshine and happy. And I have a few points of business I have to cover. I have a few bullet points. Number 1, I need you guys to check out the short film Stuck in Park, written and directed by Sam Rubinoff, Semi, starring myself, Joe List, my concubine, and Keith Robinson. And Shane Torres is also in there. And another comedian, I don't know her name, but she was good in it too. Check it out. It's really funny. It's on YouTube. It's already got like 42,000 views or something. I think it's like 9 minutes long. But it premiered at the Netflix is a Joke Festival to rave reviews, laughing audience, lots of congratulations and accolades for your girl. So that was really fun. Joe's excellent in it. He was self-conscious about his teeth, but he needs to grow up. because he's a leading man, you know? It's like, look at fucking Tom Hardy. That guy's got a hair lip. You know, you don't hear him fucking whining about comments on YouTube. Shut up. People who comment on YouTube, listen, I need you guys to comment. Don't get me wrong. You guys who comment on these episodes are the best. But people who leave negative comments, let me rephrase, negativity. It's coming from a self-loathing place. So you really can't take it seriously. You know, always. I'm sorry, but like if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever, you don't have time to comment shitty things about somebody's appearance in a short film. You know, it's just if you are a self-loathing, lonely loser, you have this hate in your heart and you try to get it out by, you know, flipping the script and like trying to be mean to people on the internet. I mean, it's going to just make you feel worse after. You're just hurting yourself in the end. I ate a huge steak before this. Huge New York strip loin, really fatty. It was so good. I'm obsessed with eating fats and protein. You know, I think I'm like, I probably weigh like 120, 125 or something. So I'm trying to get 125 grams a day. I don't always hit it. You know, I don't not allow myself to have like a sweet here and there if I want it. I don't care. I had a donut the other day. Do you know at Newark Airport they make mini Boston cream donuts? Like munchkin size. Bite-sized Boston cream. Like a chocolate-covered ball sack right in your mouth. Did you know that, Nicole?
What do you mean the airport makes them?
That's the Dunkin' Donuts in the airport.
Oh, I missed that.
No, like,
I thought you
no,
just said the Newark.
No,
Okay, the Newark airport makes mini Boston cream donuts.
Welcome to Newark. Pop this ball sack in your mouth. No, the Dunkin' there, because I was, you know, you're hungry when you deplane and you sometimes just need a little nosh. Anyway, shout out to New York. And Stuck in Park. Watch Stuck in Park. Let's pump these views up. I want it to beat view-wise Sam's other short film with Joe and Tommy Pope. What's it called? Something fucking... It's a good title, too. But I think that one's at like 100K. So if you guys could just pump the views up on mine. I'm very competitive. And I just want to win. What is it called? Something Duty? Wait. Civic Duty. Yeah, Civic Duty. Yeah, watch Stuck in Park, watch the bloopers, comment. I don't care. Comment negative. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. I'm elite. Nothing hurts me anymore. Today was supposed to be my rest day, and I took a fucking glute max out class. That's what I need help with, the rest days. Because, I don't know, I get all these conflicting reports, right? And when I say reports, I mean clips on Instagram that I watch. And when I say studies, I mean biased opinions of certain accounts that I follow. And I know that. I've had, you know, certain family members having some diabetic issues. And so I've been really focusing on the diabetic diet, which, mind you, is good for everybody to eat. It's basically just very low sugar, very low carb, protein focused, nutrient dense food. And it's like, you know, if you're diabetic, so we're talking about type 1, you can have certain things like with sugar and like these sort of non-complex carbs that like you might crave and taste good. But you're probably going to need like an insulin shot before or after. And, you know, it's really challenging. But if you just kind of stay like focused on like foods that are packed full of vitamins and nutrients that'll actually lower your blood sugar and help your insulin take, you're better off. And we all are. There's a woman, the account is called The Primal Bod. I've been pretty obsessed with her. She's mean. I like that. She's very direct. And she just like, the proof is in the pudding with her. Like her body, she shows like side by side pictures of like what she was like before she started eating fully protein. And she just got rid of all the cellulite. All this, she doesn't have it. What else? Yeah, there she is. I like her. She's always wearing her blue blocker glasses too. She's doing all the stuff that my friend Amanda, Raw Fitness Nutrition, who I'm always talking about, she's doing like similar shit. The getting grounded stuff is so hard. I was another one of the studies that I'm reading, aka clips on Instagram. They say that it's so hard for us to actually activate our glutes if we're not like barefoot, if we're not really grounded in the earth, because it starts in your toes. And I used to bind my feet, meaning I would wear a size, like a half size smaller, because I was embarrassed about how big my feet were, size 8. But now I don't give a fuck. Don't worry, guys. I don't give a fuck. I've been running with Mabel a little. When I say running, it's more sprinting because Mabel will sprint really fast and then she'll see a squirrel and she'll stop, or she'll sprint really fast and then she'll have to pee and we stop. But it is fun just blowing by people because, you know, they're all strolling down here and they're looking at stuff. 9/11, Freedom Tower. Ah. Look at that, take a picture. Blah. And I'm just like, later, bitches. So we run. All right, so that's my fitness updates. Oh, also a shout out to Ron, my new bestie at Lifetime. I've been taking Alpha Strength Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 8 a.m. It's awesome. There's like 5 of us in these classes and we're working on all these like Olympic lifts. And then we do like a pretty gnarly EMOM at the end. Legs, I'm great. Like lower body, I really crush. I dominate. I always pick up the heaviest kettlebells of all the girls in the class. Upper body, I struggle. Like right now, I'm still like right here, whatever muscle that is. Lats, traps, right here. Sore as fuck. Because we're doing these like, whatever the fuck that is, like a clean into like a squat. You know, and it's like, he's like 8 reps and then add weight and then add weight and then add weight. And it's like, run. And then we're doing, I don't know what they're called, but you put like some plates on the barbell and then you squat down and you push them up. And I looked at him because it's just sometimes things are hard for me to maneuver because of my size. And I'm like, I'm not used to moving things like this. And then I put the weight on and I tried to do one and I realized that I was going to be able to do it, but it was going to be hard. So I looked at Ron and I was like, Ron, this is going to be hard. And he just was like, yeah, Kerryn, what do I keep telling you? That's what we're doing here. Hard stuff. It's going to be hard. So yeah, shout out to Ron. He's my new bestie. Ron and I, funny backstory. You guys don't know who Ron is. And maybe I shouldn't be saying his name. I don't care. He's awesome. He's at Lifetime, not Equinox, Lifetime. One day I was taking GTX, which is I was really into for a while. And I still will go back. I love a GTX. Really helped me with my running. That's the treadmill class. It's like treadmill and then weight training. One day Ron was subbing and I was really on the Mary train. Mary's my girl. Shout out to Mary. I'll never leave you. I'll always love you. I will always love you, Mary. I walk in one day and Ron was subbing and I was like, where's Mary? And he didn't really get my humor because we had never met. So he hated me for like a week. Like I had to apologize through Mary. I was like, can you tell Ron I was just kidding, that I liked him and he was a good class. And so now Ron and I have overcome many barriers after working out together, you know, learning from him. And the last time I took his class, he was like fake punching me and stuff. And he's like, I've wanted to do that for such a long time. I'm like, you're not the only one, Ron. Lots of people get the urge to strangle me and punch me. Ever since I was little, like my best friend Polly, when we were in like carpool together, she would look at me. She's like, oh, I just want to pull your hair out. And I was like, what is it? What is that about me? This past weekend, I met my beautiful new niece. I am so excited. My little sister is now a mother of 2. She is doing it. She's an American hero. Shout out to all the moms. Happy Mother's Day. Just a beautiful, beautiful little girl that she made. So beautiful. And I got to hang out with my nephew, who's so smart and so fun and so cool. We went to pick him up at daycare. And my sister was there and I was there. And both of us put our arms out. And he blew by my sister and ran to me. I don't mean to say that to upset my sister, but it just really made me happy. So we had fun. We did a lot of fun things. Her husband ran a 5K with him in the stroller, which was really impressive. And yeah, I got him some Bluey headphones because, you know, headphones are cool. Kids see wireless headphones and they see you using them. Like I brought my Beats. They're going to be all over them. He put them on his head. He was watching Bluey on the phone. And so I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to send him some Bluey headphones. So I did that. So shout out to my sister for making another kid and shout out to all the moms, et cetera, et cetera. I got to see my other niece and nephew for a little bit too, which was really fun. Excuse me. Got in some family time. And while I was there, my aunt and mother were here taking care of Mabel, fucking Golden Girls and the Black Beast over there. Sent their asses to Hamilton on Mother's Day. Matinee, of course. They had a great time. Show started at 1 p.m. I think my mom got there at 11 a.m. She's a psycho. She sends the group a picture of like an empty theater. She's like a selfie. I'm like, where is everyone? What time? It's 11. What are you doing? It's like, you know me. You got to get here early. I'm like, how'd they even let you in? She's a kook. But Mabel behaved very well for them. So good job, Mabel. All right. We've covered the family stuff. Now let's talk about LA. Because I haven't seen you guys. It's been guests. I haven't done a solo dolo in a while. It's my dishwasher. Grateful it's still working. Los Angeles was super fun. We got there. The house that Joe List rented was gorgeous. My room was really beautiful. It was like a yellow themed room with like a canopy bed. We got great weather every day except one day. I was out tanning my ass every day because I have a specific philosophy about the sun. I believe it's anti-aging and healthy for you and really affects your mood in a positive way. But that's just me. You don't have to. You don't have to agree with me. You can send me all your fucking dermatologist studies you want. I don't give a fuck. So the night one, we just like did a hang. Joe's friends were there and they were super fun to hang out with. Really funny, like a lot of funny one-liners here and there. And we all opened for Joe at the Regent Theater. My guy sold like 500 tickets. It was sick. Super exciting. Netflix is a joke. Branding everywhere. People taking pictures. Everybody's like, yay, yay. It was me, Sarah Tollemache, who killed. Luke Moniz killed. And then Stavros Halkias dropped in, also killed. And then Joe killed for an hour. And everybody was super happy for him. And I don't have anything negative to say about that night. I had a sexy dress on that night, and I posted about this. So I come out, and all female comics joke and know this, that when you dress hot, you bomb. It just is what it is. It's been like that since day one. And I remember I come out into like the patio area we were all hanging out at. And I just walk out and I was like, I'm gonna bomb. And Sarah goes, yeah, you are. So it was fun. That's the red dress I wore. That was a different night. That was the night of the live pod. So yeah, house was really fun. We went grocery shopping. We cooked healthy meals. Joe, Sarah, and I took a Equinox class together. Joe was lifting 17.5 dumbbells. I had 30s. Just throwing that out there. That's just a fact. And then he's going to kill me. He'll say guys don't like women with muscles, but I don't know. My bank account seems to reflect a different opinion. So that was really fun. We got a lot in. We did a lot of healthy eating, a lot of sunshine. We did our own thing. We did a little shopping in Glendale. I found this place called Live Med Spa that had a beautiful red light bed. Because one day it was so cloudy, and sometimes I get the SADS when it's real cloudy. And if you guys ever get the SADS, seek out red light therapy. It will turn your frown upside down. It was so nice. It was only 13 minutes, but I fell asleep right away, and I woke up just like a happy little duck. Just a happy little duck. And then I did cryotherapy there, which was so easy compared to the cryo that I was used to. I used to do it at Clean Market. Shout out to Clean Market. I will talk about the booster shots I've been getting lately. I'll be right back to that. The Clean Market had a big chamber, a cryo therapy thing that you like go in for 3 minutes, and it's like you're in the tundra, dying, freezing, painful. But then you come out and you're just like, fuck, I can do anything. I'm invincible. Any temperature, any place, I'm crushing. This cryo in LA, because, LA is pussies, New York is hardcore, LA pussies, New York hardcore. You like pop your head out and it's like not even that cold. And she's like, it's your first time, so I'm going to keep you at like 180. And it was only like 2.5 minutes. So after like 10 seconds, I was like, bump this shit up, bitch. What are we doing? What are we doing here? What am I paying for? Fucking freeze me. So then that was good. They were really nice and fun to talk to. But yeah, so at Clean Market, they have an annual membership. There's one near me in Brookfield Place, and then there is one in Midtown. I think that's it. I think there's just 2 in the city. But as far as like places that have IV drips and cryotherapy, red light therapy, they are amazing. They have red light infrared saunas. They do lymphatic drainage. Their cryo machine is broken. I don't know if their other location has a cryo thing. They might. But then they do IV drips. So I pay for the year membership, which I think is like $900. And then that gets me 30% off every IV drip I get and 4 free booster shots a month. And I had completely forgotten about these booster shots. Are they a little painful? Yeah, but I'm not a bitch. I'm not a little fucking bitch. So I've been like the past couple days, I've been going in and just like getting my booster shots because I had 24 in the bank. So I had all these free fucking vitamins just sitting. And my sister does have a cat, and I was a little allergic, and I came back feeling a little under the weather. So I was like, let's pump me, full of some vitamins. So I get the NAD plus and the glutathione in my butt. They both hurt. They feel like an angry little sperm like going into you, but it lasts for like 10 seconds, and then it's over. And then I got the B's and a big shot of vitamin D in one in each arm. And then there's this other thing, I think it's called like Q14 or C or something, but it's a cell protector. So I got that shit too. I really haven't finished the LA trip. Okay, I digress. Back to the LA trip. Regent Theater was great. Shout out to Jack Fink and Jam in the Van. Had so much fun. Long time no see comedy. Always awesome shows. Great vibes. Great comics. Great crowds. I think Jam in the Van's going to have a clip up of me pretty soon. So I had a pretty good set. The Hollywood Improv, always a good time. I love it there. Charles Greaves, shout out to him. He's always giving me stage time when I'm in town. I love that guy. Super funny dude. Check him out. And then I went and met, Shane Gillis, our friend Shane Gillis, who don't let me forget about my TV show. Shane Gillis asked Joe to open for him at the fucking, what was it? The Redwood Forest? I forget the name of this. Or the Greek? No, the Greek. Yes, it was the Greek. It was the Greek theater, the Redwood Forest. One of the places we went to, like the outside patio, I think it was like the Red something. Doesn't matter. So Shane asked Joe to open for him at the Greek, which was huge, right? 6,000 people, big night. Rah, rah, rah. All these like football guys were there. Zac Efron was there. Robert Pattinson was there. And it was funny. I got there right as Shane was walking off stage, and I was like, "Great job." I didn't hear him tell a single joke, but of course he killed. And that night was kind of cool, little hobnobbing. This hot chick came up to Joe and was like talking to him a little bit, and I laser-eyed her for my girl Sarah all over that, and made Joe feel very uncomfortable. I'm sure he talked about that on Tuesdays with Stories, because this girl was adorable too. She was probably like, I don't know, 25. She's like, "Hi, I'm Katie. You're so funny. Oh my God." And I was like, "Who are you?" I'll fucking knock you out. Don't talk to Joe. That's Sarah's.
Is that what you actually said, or what did you say?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I just stared at her and made everyone uncomfortable.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm not actually a psychopath, but Joe was uncomfortable because every time he looked at me, he would start laughing. So I think I was just giving the eyebrows like, oh, Joe, what are you doing, little chatty? Wow, a fan. But that night was really fun. Saw Christine Evans, a few other people. Good hang. But again, it was great because I love that Joe's a dad and he's like ready for bed. He's like, we were never up past midnight. It was always healthy bedtime. And I was up, at 5, 6 a.m. every day because I am just like that. And then live podcast at the Comedy Store, sold out in the main room. Super exciting. It was supposed to be Tim Dillon. He canceled. So we got Whitney fucking Cummings. We got a legit celeb. Super awesome podcasting with her. So much fun. Awesome meeting her. We had like DM'd before and she'd like been nice enough to share a couple of my clips, but it was awesome to be able to like be on stage with her podcast. And then Bobby Lee showed up, which was fucking sick. I had a couple burns on him. Pretty proud of. You'll have to wait for that to hit the boob tube. But I'll tell you one thing I said. So I had... Sorry, that loogie's been bothering me. Edit that noise out, Nicole. Make it like a little hoo-hoo. make it sound like a beautiful flower blooming when I just hawk that loog. No, so Tim Dillon was supposed to be there. I wore a red dress. And as I came out on stage, Whitney was like, "Oh my God, you're so tiny. You're so much smaller than I thought you were, like on the internet." And I was like, "Yeah, I found out Tim wasn't coming. So I decided to dress like one of his blood clots." Timmy! He was at the Stand last night with Annie Letterman. Saw Annie. Good to see Annie. Caught up a little bit. She's looking great. That was fun. Then what? Oh, okay. And then this is the final thing, the final event. So I initially was supposed to fly back Sunday night. But Tires, Shane Gillis' show, or it's Shane, John McKeever. They like wrote it, and then Steven Gerber and Kyla Fox. Those are the main guys, and then you got Chris O'Connor too. Tommy Pope is in it. A lot of fucking awesome people are in it. I watched the first 2 episodes in the theater with everybody, and the reaction was wild. And it's like, granted, it was like their people, but like we were all dying laughing at every line. It was like you would have to like stop yourself from laughing so you could hear the next line because you knew it was going to be funny too. I would be shocked if this wasn't number 1 on Netflix. Not to toot my own horn, but your girl is in episode 5. You got to watch number 1. You got to watch number 2. You got to watch number 3. You got to watch number 4. Then you're going to get to me number 5. And according to Shane, I did a good job. So that's all I needed to hear. The show's so funny. I was looking for Kyla Fox, who's so good in this show. It's gonna make her a star. I love her so much. She's such a hard worker, and she deserves everything good that happens to her. I love her. I was looking for her, and I had a big tub of popcorn because now I'm by myself, right? I don't have my buddy Joe. I don't have my my comedy North Star Gillis. I don't have Sarah. I'm out of buddies. So I'm showing up to this thing solo dolo, but I'm on the list. I'm meant to be there. I'm in the right spot. I got the wristband, and I see they got big tubs of popcorn and free water, and I was like, oh, this is for me. Great. So just picture me. I also have on a leather tube top because the show's named Tires, and I love a fucking theme. I can't help myself. So I have a leather tube top, big tub of popcorn. I'm just like munching it, walking down the aisle. A couple fans are like, Feehan. I was like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, where am I supposed to be? And then there's like a roped off area where all the cool kids are sitting. And then God bless Adam Egget because he was like, Kerryn, turn around. Come sit with us. So that was fun. Got to see Adam Egget. Got to chat with Andrew Santino a little bit. That was really fun. Commented on my tan, which was fine. Asked me if I lived outside. Whatever. Gingers have to stay inside more than the rest of us. They're mythical creatures. And I think that that concludes the Los Angeles trip. Really, really great time. And it flew by because we had a lot going on. There was a lot to like get ready for and get dressed up for and like perform and like, do your best. I always struggle with like the kind of networking stuff. I'm not really like a fast friend maker. I was really excited to connect with Whitney, and she like makes it very easy to be friends with and like talk to. Andrew was really nice too. But I don't know.
I'm interested about you all staying in the same house.
Yeah, it was fun. It's like Joe and I are both early risers because he's got the baby. Who did not mention the baby by name. Made that mistake before. But so it was easy. The house was so big that like nobody was really like overstepping boundaries. I mean, like Joe is like the king of the hang, so it's like new people coming over all the time, but they're all good people. Everybody's fun. Sarah got to catch up with some of her old friends, who were all very nice. So the vibes were good. Vibes were all very positive. I was like tanning my ass out, and I would look behind me, and Joe's like wheeling the baby carriage by. I'm like, oh. Bleep that. I was like, oh, the baby needs to see this. Is this part of his upbringing? What are you doing? But no, I think Sarah gave him some shit for that. She was like, Kerryn's just out there tanning and you just keep wheeling the baby by. Why? Why? What is that? Yeah, I made eggs. I made eggs like almost every day. Mabel, come on. Come over here, Mabes. Don't bother Nicole. She's busy. She's literally seen that bone 17 times.
I was going to ask who's the best cook in the house.
Well, Joe's friend Derek, who I think it's okay to say his name because Joe has said it on his podcast before. Joe's friend Derek, that we went grocery shopping, and everybody's all like, oh, Kerryn, eat so healthy, da, da, da. And I'm like, I'm buying all the meat at the butcher counter. I don't know if it's like, so it's not like you're gonna starve. I'm not saying we should eat like seeds and avocado. Like I'm saying, like, let's get a rack of lamb and fucking grill it up. Let's get some salmon. Let's get some steak. The lamb also, fucking eat some lamb. I know it's like so sad, like, but it's so tasty and so easy to eat, and you just dunk it in a little sauce, whatever you got. I don't know, a little chimichurri, a little A1. Why not? So Derek was the best cook. Oh, his wife Erica though made a banging guacamole, like whipped up guacamole, like 2 nights in a row. Delicious guacamole. I did eggs in the morning, and So I was good. Joe likes really like soupy, cheesy eggs. So it was like very easy for me to accomplish. I don't know why he eats like a baby with his baby mouth. But he's the best. So yeah, I made eggs. And then I got sugarfish. One time I should have offered to get Sarah sugarfish. I still regret that. But I got sugarfish twice actually. I love sugarfish. You ever had sugarfish?
No, what, like sushi?
Sushi. They have some in the city.
I've never tried it.
It's the best sushi.
Why?
Just so fresh. Like especially like when you get the to go. It's like the Nawazaka or whatever. Like the Trust Me to go. You get like I think 6 or 8 pieces. And you get a tuna roll, a crab roll, edamame, and then a tuna sashimi. And then you get like a bunch of little sauces. Soy sauce, ponzu, a lemon. It's just like fresh. Not as good as Sushi Nakazawa, where Ian, Lara, and I went, though. $190 a person. I paid. Tweet at Ian about that when you have the chance. Fucking sick of these gender roles that are not working in my favor. That was fucking worth it, though. That place is so just like high end. You get your own chef. It was a wonderful experience. I really do want to go back. And yeah, it's like they just feed you piece of sushi after piece of sushi. So like the temperature of the rice, and like sometimes it'll be like a seared Kobe or like a seared snapper or whatever. So like the temperature is just like so fresh and so perfect every single time and so unique. Like the flavors are so dynamic and exquisite. And everything's just like a bite. You know what I mean? It's just like every bite just like keeps getting better. And you're like, you're like sitting in your chair going, And I was looking at this guy next to us who was dining alone. Like he just like lives there. Like he goes there every night, drops a couple $100. He's like, whatever. This is how I eat sushi. And like me and Ian are like, oh my God. So good.
It was like a tasting menu thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like an omakase. Yeah. It was so good. Ian refused to eat the tobiko, the fish eggs, because he is a pussy. There's no other explanation. You know? It's the texture. I'm so sick of fucking people and they're fucking, it's the texture. I don't care for the texture. Grow up. Grow up. Do you know how many omega fucking fatty acid, whatever the fuck it is, fish have? Excellent source of protein. All these nutrients that are so good for your brain and your focus. Get the fuck over the fucking texture, you fucking pussies. Put my hair up now. The intermission. So I can focus and I can really answer these questions diligently. I know these questions are very poignant and none of them are stupid. And none of them are like, what's your number? Or like, can I go out with you? Or you're ever going to do girl on girl stuff on OnlyFans?
The what's your phone number one actually made me laugh.
I know. It's 617. Still got that Boston area code.
What is your perfect breakfast date in NYC?
This is a good question. I fucking love breakfast. I love Sarah Beth's. I probably mentioned it before on this podcast. I love Sarah Beth's because of the variety and their pastry and bread selection that comes with the 2-egg breakfast. So you're getting 2 eggs, a breakfast meat, sausage, bacon or whatever, and really good potatoes. And then I seasonally, certainly during the autumn, was getting the pumpkin seed muffin. Oh, and this is what's so good. The butter and then their orange marmalade. The orange marmalade where you can still see the skin, the rind from the orange in the marmalade. For some reason, I just really like that. That's good. That's probably my number one. I like Bubby's. I like Bubby's in Tribeca. I hate the Bubby's in LaGuardia. The service is garbage. You get your food cold. It takes forever for them. For some reason, I don't know if they just wait for your food to become cold and then bring it to you, but it fucking sucks there. But is that Sarah Beth's or is that Bubby's?
Bubby's.
Yeah, Bubby's is solid. Bubby's is solid if you're trying to like indulge. Where else do I like? I mean, I go to breakfast at this fucking diner called Zaza because it's close to my gym, Lifetime, and I get the Romanian steak and eggs there. And it's just this huge ass fucking strip steak and eggs. And I like that. What's this?
This is Sarah Beth's.
This is Sarah Beth's, yeah. Yeah, Sarah Beth's is lovely. Lovely. That was a great question. Do you have a favorite spot, Nicole?
I don't know. There are some days where I really want that kind of like brunch vibe. And there are other days where I just want a shitty diner.
Yeah.
And I want 50 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Just
you're on
over
pot.
And over and over again.
Yeah.
And like just a classic breakfast spread.
Yep.
Eggs, meat, potato.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if I have a place in the city that I would be like a go-to.
Yeah. Waverly place or Waverly Diner. Oh, you know where I went? And I bought the sweatshirt because I was on like a spin class high. It was right after I went to Cycle Bar. It's called Kerber's Farm. And it's like near Christopher Street-esque. It's like, I was on Astor Place and I just started walking west. But it's Kerber's Farm. And I believe the farm itself is on Long Island. And they made a breakfast sandwich for me that was so fucking good. That looked kind of like that. It was on a biscuit, but it was like 3 eggs, sausage, avocado, and like something. But it's like, yeah. And after a fucking spin class, when you've just burned 1,000 calories and you're ready to refuel, that thing hit the spot. I was like on like this like euphoric, spin class high. So I did in the moment think that it was called Care Bears. I thought it was named after me. Kerrbear. Care Bear. I bought a sweater. I thought it was Kismet.
It's this logo?
Yes.
Dude.
I brought it right up. I bought a purple one. It's in my... Here, I'm going to go get it. You guys got to believe me because you guys, I am not a liar.
Oh, that's more subtle though, because what we're looking at is a rooster on like one of those spinning directional things.
But it's like it's a consonant and a vowel. I'm off by 2 letters.
Yeah.
For Care Bear. I thought it was Kismet. I thought it was meant to be. It is a nice sweater though. It was one of those days where I was just proud of myself because I did so well in spin. I was getting the shout out from the teacher. Yeah. So that place is really good too. And that place is like you order at the counter and then they like bring it out to you. So it's like really low key. And yeah, I remember there was like these 2 couples. One was like French. One guy was French. One woman was Asian. They were a very international breakfast foursome. And they were talking about Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And this woman was like, she was like, listen, I don't know. She's like, I don't like Donald Trump, but I mean, the other way, it's like voting for a cadaver. Like, I don't know what to do. Politics.
Yeah, the Sammy is way more my vibe.
Yeah.
I think for breakfast is to just get like a shitty bacon, egg, and cheese somewhere.
It depends on the bread for me. I don't like a roll. I think a roll is too bready. I like a biscuit or a croissant.
Really? I feel like that's more bread. I feel like the roll is like paper. It's barely there.
Maybe it's like the amount of butter. Like biscuits and croissants, I think have like more butter and like they're denser. Whereas a roll is like a little fluffier and like a little less flavorful.
Mm-hmm. There's a time and place for a biscuit.
Sure. You're so serious about the breakfast.
I am serious about
the breakfast question.
Here's another serious question. If you get a breakfast sandwich,
yeah.
Let's just say like what you had, sausage, avocado, eggs, right?
Yeah.
Cheese. Do you get salt, pepper, ketchup on it?
Yeah.
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 All
Salt,
the time?
pepper, ketchup, hot sauce, whatever you want to put on there.
You always get condiments.
Yeah. I want them. I want them.
I want them real bad.
Yep. I want one now.
I don't always. I think I'll only do it if I get like avocado and all that shit on it too. If it's bacon, egg, and cheese, I might just like raw dog, no
Let it
salt,
go.
pepper, ketchup.
I used to be a ham, egg, and cheese cheddar on a croissant when I lived in Brooklyn and when I lived across the street from a bodega. That was my hungover breakfast. And yeah, I think that like sometimes it would be like salt and pepper and I was like, yeah, but and hot sauce too. I want hot sauce. I need condiments. I love hot sauce.
Okay, here's another good one. What are your top 3 dumbbell exercises for lower body?
Oh, good. I read this and I was thinking about this. I think you got to do RDLs, right? So deadlifts, single leg or like both of your legs, whatever. Single leg are great. You just got to lift heavy. I love a curtsy squat because I think that hits your upper glute. I love a Bulgarian split squat. And by love, I mean hate. But yeah, those are probably my 3. Now, like a side lunge, like holding dead bills and doing like lateral lunges, I like don't enjoy doing them, but I think they're really good because they hit your like outer butt. And I think that's good for body composition. And then, yeah, what? Okay, I know I was supposed to say 3, but I mean, love a good old squat, the weighted squat.
What's a curtsy squat?
Don't mind if I do. He's like, oh, like it would be cool if I was good at curtsy squats.
Oh, those are hard. And you said RDLs was your first one? I hate those.
Oh,
I feel like my
RDL?
ACL is gonna blow out the back of my leg when I do that.
Really? Girl.
I don't. Well, I do gotta. I just don't.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's stretching so boring. It's so hard. Warming up too. It's like the warm up, the activation, but it all counts. I took Kaylee's butt class today, and she was just like, grab a band and da-da-da. And I grabbed the thickest, heaviest fucking band. So we started off with fire hydrants, which are these guys. And I was like, why did I pick this fucking band? Thought I was going to die.
That's a good thumbnail, by the way.
What?
That was a good thumbnail for us.
Was that?
Oh, you just said.
I should have held my core in more. I just had steak. My butcher box comes soon. Shout out to Micah Fox for giving me her referral code. I've been living on meat and sockeye salmon.
Who is Bare Chest Barry?
I don't know.
So that didn't resonate with you either.
No. I mean, you guys are fucking just, I don't know. Get a job. You got too much time on your hand asking these obscure questions that nobody knows the answers to.
How many times have you seen the movie MacGruber?
None. Maybe once. But I mean, I've seen a lot of clips. I remember the sketch. Have you seen it?
No. It's such a, like, I don't know if it's a deep cut question, but it's specific enough where I was like, this must be her favorite movie.
No.
What is your favorite movie?
Dirty Dancing, obviously.
Really?
One of my favorites. Definitely up there. I love Dirty Dancing.
What are your top 3 favorite movies?
I like Dirty Dancing. I like Liar Liar for comedy. A recent one. What recent movie did I like? The Departed. Just so I can say it like that. No, there must have been The Woodsman. I like a good pedo movie.
Are you winking? Who was that for?
The pedos who watch this. Pedo? Pedo? What
are you reading these days?
Oh, that's a good question. Right now I'm reading My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Moshfegh. I don't remember her last name. Micah recommended it. It's really good. Thanks for reminding me. I got to get back into it. I read a lot when I'm traveling, when I'm flying. I can really like plow through a book. Before that, I read The House of Eve, which I really liked. That was about the African American woman's plight. I forget I think it was like the 50s. And it's about this like one black girl who got pregnant by a Jewish boy, and they like sent her away so she could like give it up for adoption. And then another black woman marries this like light-skinned black guy who was like very well-to-do, and his family like looked down upon her. And she had all these miscarriages. Super sad. And then whatever, I won't give away the whole book, but it was fucking awesome. And then right before that, I read The 7 Husbands or The 7 Ex-Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Did you read that one?
I did read that, yeah.
It's a good
So
one.
you might also, the same author did the Carrie Soto book. I forget. It's like Carrie Soto Returns or something like that. I don't remember. You should read it. It's the same author, but it's about a retired tennis player who has like the highest record of something with tennis, and then she I can't remember.
Forehands.
But she comes back into, like, someone beats her record and she comes back to play again and is like retraining as like an aged out tennis player to like come and get her record back, and her dad is like her coach.
That sounds cool. That sounds inspiring.
Carrie Soto is back.
All right. Yeah, I'm like halfway done, almost through. I took this book with me into the sauna in LA. Joe got mad at me because I went all the way to Irvine to go to Lifetime because there weren't that many Lifetimes like close to where we were staying. And the one I found was just awesome. There was like an outdoor pool and a cold plunge and all this shit. And I took the book into the sauna and the glue melted, so half the book fell out. I'm stupid. But I already read those pages, so it was fine.
Duck eggs. Had them, liked them.
Love a duck egg. Sure. Nutrient dense. Vitamin K.
When would you opt for a duck egg over like a run-of-the-mill chicken egg?
They're never on any menus or like anywhere in groceries. It's probably just like French restaurants that have them.
Are they smaller?
Yeah. But they're great, and the yolks are more yellow.
How about a quail egg?
Love a quail egg.
Whoa.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever even had
You'd love them.
a quail egg.
You'd love it,
Me
Nicole.
personally?
Yes.
All right, I'll try
I
one.
had quail the bird, like the full grown egg, at Uchi in Austin. And that was delicious. It was like deep fried. You could just fucking throw the whole bird in your mouth. I think I ate its beak.
Are they little too?
Yeah.
Small bird?
Yeah, small bird. Yum, yum, yum. Shout out to my friend Amy, who's been fucking rescuing birds left and right. They say that people who are very in tune with birds are about to have a spiritual awakening. I sent her this like TikTok or whatever about it because she keeps saving birds.
Why do they say that?
I don't know, because I think most people are like, fuck a bird, like your girl. Like, I'm like, fuck a bird, dude, beat it. Mabel tries to kill pigeons within 2 feet of her. She's like, I got that one. I got that one. And I just, I guess I don't really connect with birds.
Not even Petey?
The parakeet that Samantha Vopat chased out of my house.
Mm-hmm.
You think he's still alive?
And absolutely not. How long do they live though? Don't they live a while?
Sometimes, yeah, they can live for like 10, 15 years. Parrots live really long, like 60 years sometimes.
Maybe Petey integrated into like the Boston wilderness,
Yeah.
wherever he lived.
He's the leader of the finches adopted him. They're like, you're fine. You can hang out with us. My sister has a really cool bird feeder at her house that like sits on her window. So the birds come and we saw a cardinal. Some birds are cool, I guess. I just feel like their brains are so small. They don't do a lot for me.
They kind of freak me out.
Yeah.
Like there's certain ones like I just visited my family in Tennessee and there's this non-native bird that it's like a duck. I'll have to look it up, but it's one of the ones that has like a red head that looks like the part of a turkey that's like it's
Is
all
it like a
over
mallard?
its face.
Oh.
No, I don't remember what it's called. I have to look it up. But they're so scary.
Yeah.
And it like when you see a bird like that, it's like, oh, it makes sense that you were a dinosaur at one point because they're so freaky.
They're like part lizard.
Let me look it
Part
up.
dragon. Yeah, look. How are you gonna look up red-faced bird? You look up
Redhead warty duck.
There it is.
Muscovy duck. I might not be saying this right, but it's probably the scariest
Put
thing
my
I've ever
glasses on.
seen.
Yeah, well, they look like those Russian guys that got poisoned, or they have that like birthmark. Those people with the birthmark, or like severe what's it called? Like when they have those alcoholics have that rose nose. What is that?
Yes, it looks exactly like that.
I mean, they just look like like they barely survived chemo.
But I mean, yes. Why is it only the face that's like that?
Yeah, why? Yeah, it looks like they went down on another duck while she was on the rag. Well, I don't know. Maybe it does it scare predators? Because it wouldn't scare Mabel. Mabel's not scared of shit.
Yeah, I thought that, but also what would you think a predator of a duck is? Like a coyote. Mabel.
Coyote, wolves, cougars.
Couldn't they just like go out on the water?
Alligators in North America?
Yeah, that's tough. they're surrounded. It's called caruncles, by the way. Those things on their face.
Caruncles?
I did a lot of research about this.
No, these scientists make up this fucking, we'll call it a caruncle. They think they're so funny. Listen, scientists, leave the jokes to the comedians, all right? If you're going to name a bird that looks like it has a pussy on its face, name it pussy face bird, all right? Not a caruncle. It sounds weird. It sounds like corrupt uncle. Sounds like a pedo bird.
It says that they keep their feathers clean when they dabble in mud. That's like the purpose of why their face is like that. So my question is, how? Like, their things like scrapes the mud off of like when they're preening themselves.
Oh.
But is it that crucial that they need their face to be that? Why did it become that? We can move on.
I
I just have like a lot of questions about this particular bird because
know.
I saw them and it truly scared me a lot.
Were you with Raspberry when you saw them?
I was. She couldn't care less. Like she really
Interesting.
didn't care about like the geese or this duck.
Maybe
but
we'll be like,
it
we're gonna
scared the
kill
shit
this
out of me.
fucking Gorbachev looking bird.
Yeah, it's
like,
so
we're gonna-
scary.
We're gonna fuck up this pussy face bird. They look like the baboon's asshole.
It does. All right, back to the questions. Have you bumped into an ex in public and how was that interaction?
Yeah, I mean, you can't miss Lewis.
Maybe someone you're like not friendly with.
It's a bumping him. No, I haven't seen my ex Tom in a really long time, and I mean, he doesn't live in the city anymore, so that might be awkward if I were to bump into him like with his new girlfriend. That would probably be weird. That would be hard for me because I can't help but like make jokes. So I would probably make all three of us pretty uncomfortable. Lewis all the time. Keith of the Lucas brothers and I have been texting recently, just like business stuff, nothing romantic. We're gonna make a movie together. Who else? Like if I were to bump into the guy I just dated from Key West, I think it would be fine. We ended on really friendly terms, and we both like genuinely like each other. Like if I bumped into him and he was like with another person, I think I would be A-okay. Who else did I date?
Has anyone like long after you broke up, like texted you out of the blue or anything?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I have a tight pussy.
Right. Do you just not respond or what do you say?
Yeah, because my thing is like, if we were meant to be, we would be. So it's mostly just like friendly stuff. And if it's like you just want like, I'm not into like not anymore anyway. I like new like genuine connections with like people that I'm like interested in. Just like having like a one-nighter with like an ex is like doesn't really appeal to me. It kind of makes me feel yucky inside. Usually makes me feel like it was a waste of time. Like I usually feel sick about it if it's ever happened.
I love this one. Fitness is obviously very important to you. At what age did you become serious about fitness? Nice ass, by the way.
Thank you, sir. So like fitness, that's like a broad question, right? Like when I was in the Boston Ballet and I was like fit when I was younger, but I didn't think about it. I didn't realize it. Then I would say my entire 20s, I was very unfit, but I had a hot body. Like that's just like what happens in your 20s. I was drinking like a fish, doing tons of blow, barely nourishing myself mentally, emotionally, physically, and I still had a fucking hot bod. I had like my mom's genetics, so we had like a nice ass. So it wasn't until I quit drinking that I got into fitness. So let's say the first time I quit drinking was maybe 29, 30. And then I was just into like hot yoga. I was doing hot yoga like 3-4 times a week. Once I get into something, I like crave it. I love a routine, and I like every day I think about how can I do that again? How can I achieve that again? So especially when I was dating Lewis, I was doing a ton of hot yoga, and he used to say shit to me that irritated me at the time, but truth be told, he was correct. He would be like, you should lift weights. Like your body would pop. Like it would just fucking pop. And it would bug me because he would say that while donut crumbs were falling out of his mouth. So it would just get under my skin, and I'm like, you're not doing shit. Like I would drag him to yoga classes and he would humiliate me. I would introduce him as my brother. So
how did he perform in yoga?
Brutal. It was so he was fine, he was fine, but he's such an egomaniac that like we were doing what is it called where you're not all the way up, you're just like a little up. It's not crow. And it's not like upward dog, it's like right here. Sound off in the comments. But your arms aren't supposed to be straight. You're just like, it's like a snake. Oh, cobra. So, which is funny, Puerto Rican rattlesnake fucking stunk at cobra because he would straighten his arms all the way. See how they're slightly bent or whatever? Like, so the whole class is doing it correctly. And he would just like go all the way up, and the teacher would be like, bend your elbows. You're not supposed to have straight arms. Bend your elbows. You're not supposed to have straight arms. And after the class, I'm talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I was fucking crushing everybody. I was the only one who could straighten my arms and go all the way up. I'm like, No, you egomaniac. You were doing it incorrectly. Gillis and I got into a similar little tiff when we took the workout class together. So we were doing lateral lunges. I switched sides to look the other way and like hit the opposite leg that we were doing. The rest of the class stayed on one side and just went the other direction. All of us were correct in doing that. We were both switching legs. Did I need to turn around? No, I just kind of like felt like it. I don't know. Sometimes I need to like regroup in between because I was probably like lifting twice as heavy as he was. Maybe that had something to do with it. But what bugged me in that moment, that instead of just doing the exercise, Joe was like, hey, you're doing it wrong. Hey, we're facing this way and you're doing it wrong. So that bugs me because those 10 seconds of you trying to fucking tell people what's what, you should have just been working out. Like, mind your own business, eyes on your own paper, focus on yourself. You know, the compulsion to fucking be like, hey, shit's going a different way. It's like, you're obviously not focused on yourself. Like, look inward. I love Joe List. He's my comedy North Star. I would be nowhere without him. But, you know, just like family, just like brothers and sisters, sometimes you get in little spats. And I admitted to him that I was a cunt in the moment. I'm like, sorry, I'm a fucking bitch, but I was on the correct leg. I was doing the right thing for me. And the wrong thing is to point out something, there's something different. Hey! Shut up.
Tell a story about driving a car.
Oh, okay. So I'll tell a story about when I got in a car accident. So this is junior year of high school, maybe senior year. I would drive my sister to school a lot. I think she was probably in the junior high, right? Same school, private school, Sacred Heart in Kingston. And I, of course, was friends with our ecstasy dealer, the class ecstasy dealer. His name was Sean something. He was this Irish kid. He was so cute, great personality, just like tough upbringing, and was like selling ecstasy, you know, while we were in high school. And my little sister was in the front seat next to me, like the passenger seat, and he was in the back seat. And he was just like making me laugh. He was just fucking funny. And like, we're like dicking around. And I drove way too fast when I had this car. I had a 1990 Corolla. She was all white. I named her Blanche. And we were driving. And from the back seat, he puts in between my sister and I. My sister's like 13, 14. 2 handfuls full of e-pills, just like a pile of e-pills. So I glance, I'm like, oh my God. And then I slam into the guardrail of like the on-ramp where we were going. And I completely fucked up the alignment of my car. I was driving like this, like steering wheel was like this, and my car was going straight. So for like the whole 20-minute drive home, I was really scared and all this stuff. And somehow I made it home. My dad was pissed. Everybody's mad. What happened? My sister was the best though. She never ratted me out. She was like, I don't know what happened. It was slippery. It was raining. She always had my back. Because that's one example. Another example of me getting into an accident, I was being super mean to her. I was home from college. So I think after my freshman year, that was the only time I came back. After freshman year, I just stayed in the city. I got jobs in the city. I never went back home. But freshman year, I came back. I had like 2 jobs. But my roommate from college came to visit me. And then my other like best friend from high school, the 3 of us were hanging out. So we had like a couple bottles of booze. We were going to fucking drive drunk and go to some parties and be reckless. And I'm in the middle of like the night. Maybe I just left and my mom calls my cell phone. She's like, you got to pick up your little sister. She's at a sleepover. She's not having fun. And I'm like, fuck this bitch. What do you mean she's not having fun? Like, just shut the fuck up. Stay at the sleepover. Grr. So mad, so angry. She gets in the car. I'm yelling at her. I'm like, you're such a fucking loser. Why can't you fucking just hang out? I'm trying to get wasted with my friends. And as I'm yelling at her, again, eyesight's always been bad. And it was raining this night, and I probably had like a couple shots. I was like I thought I was inching out to go like from a slower road to like a faster road where it was like 45 miles an hour speed limit. This car just fucking, like, I was going forward. I was like this. And so then we both stopped. I just slowly like rolled across the intersection. I was totally in shock. And the police were there so fast. Like minutes they were there, flashing lights. And somehow my sister had the wherewithal to chuck the bottles of half drunk booze, open bottle, into the woods. And the police officers could not have been nicer to us. They were like, "Are you guys okay? Hey, girls, everybody okay? We know it was raining. It was scary. Da da da. Should have been arrested. Attempted murder. Should have been fucking jailed." But the lady was kind of wild. Who I think she hit me. I like went and fought the ticket and lost. My dad came with me. That was a real piece of work. So yeah, that's a couple. I mean, my mom. It's funny because my mom was really worried about me driving when I first got my license because I was dating a boy who lived over the bridge. So in Cape Cod terms, that means you'd have to drive over the Sagamore Bridge just to get to his house. And we'd have to go around a rotary. And my mother just made me internally just petrified of any rotary ever. And rotaries are fine. You just be aware and you go with traffic and you fucking merge when you merge. It's not that serious. But I still have a fear of rotaries to this day.
This is actually a good segue from that. Marry, fuck, kill. Cape, Vineyard, Nantucket.
That's a good question. Marry, fuck, kill. Killing the Vineyard. It's just not my vibe. It's too commercial, too party town, too young now, too drinky. It's the marry and fuck, you know? And by fuck, I mean make love with. I think I gotta marry Cape Cod because that's where the fam is. And I would be happy, I think, you know, in my golden years, living on Cape Cod. And then, yeah, I would make love with Nantucket because it's the fucking most beautiful place on the planet. I love it there so much.
Last one. I'm going on a solo trip to New York this week. Healthy food restaurant recs.
Ooh, good question. I don't know if you eat meat or whatever, but like I said, that's like crazy expensive, but sugarfish isn't. Sugarfish is moderately expensive. They don't take reservations, I believe, so you might have to wait like a little bit. They do turn the tables fast, but yeah, sugarfish is delicious. I love a steakhouse. I like Morton's. Me and Jim Norton love Morton's. I'm thinking like, where have my friends are such better foodies than me, and they would be able to like rattle, like my dog moms. They're just like, go here, go here, go here, go here. They're really good at that. There's like a tapas place that we went to. I don't remember the name of it. It's not hard. Like the thing is with restaurants, I mean, a lot of the high-end places aren't using canola oil anymore. You're really only going to run into that, I think, you know, at like a chain, at like a Chili's or a TGI Fridays. So just don't go there.
Yeah, but this is like Bear Burger is like one of the ones they're saying, like they're giving kind of like chains. I did see in one of these other ones, Laser Wolf, which I've heard a lot of good things about.
Yeah, Laser Wolf is good. Like when the thing is, people are attributing the word healthy or equating healthy with like vegetarian or vegan with a lot of this stuff. And I disagree with that philosophy. I think you need meat. I guess Bear Burger's real burgers, right?
Yeah.
Field's good chicken.
But to me, like if I'm looking for like a healthy option, I don't think I'm thinking about a burger. Like definitely meat, but I feel like
a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Steakhouse, get a bunch of sides. Let's go to some of these places. My friend just gave me a gift certificate, shout out to Aaron Putnam, to Little Frankie's. I'm not a big pizza person. Oh, the Butcher's Daughter is great. It's a good brunch spot too. Suen, I've been to. That's a vegan spot. My friend used to work there. Springbone. These are all like very affordable places too. They're not like expensive.
I feel like a safe option might be like a ramen or like a pho place. Like I feel like you can get something there that's still yummy, but you can get like protein veggie.
Yeah.
It's not like you're eating a giant fried thing.
Yeah. K-Town's always fun because you can do like the neighborhood K-Town because you can do, you know, the grill at the table. What is it? What's it called?
Like hot pot
Hot pot, Korean barbecue, hot pot. Yeah. Because then, you know, you're looking at what you're cooking. You're seeing the ingredients. And it is very like protein and vegetable forward.
Okay. What about a restaurant in general that for you is like a can't miss for this person who's visiting here?
Sushi Nakazawa.
Yeah.
You can afford it. Per se, maybe.
What's that?
I think it's French. Any David Burke restaurant? I don't know. It's like the food's so good. What's the one with a B on Park Ave and like Barbunya? Barbunya is like Middle Eastern. It's really good. L'Express is a French restaurant that's right across the street from Barbunya. It's also really good. It's hard to find bad food in New York, honestly. We have the best food.
Plugs?
Yeah. I'm going to be in Chicago June 14th, 15th, and 16th. I'm at Laugh Factory all those nights. And then I'm doing a couple of the Don't Tell shows. July 6th, I am in Akron, Ohio. I got to throw that link up. We just signed the contract for that one-nighter. I'm excited about that. It's going to be 2 shows. And then I'm going to take hot yoga with the guy the following day. I'm stoked about that. And then I'm in Yonkers and Saratoga in August. But I'll throw those links up. And then, yeah, I'm going to be at the pool. But don't find me there. Freaks. And yeah, check out Stuck in Park, subscribe to the YouTube, and watch me on Tires, episode 5. Screen grab it, take pictures, shout me out, figure it out. Fucking please, make me a star. Goodbye.
Throwing ass on the gram, getting laughs at the stand. Only she can, only Feehans. It's only Feehans.